we are going to talk about the various methods of determining the number of factors. And basically, today we are going to talk about two of the methods called eigenvalues and Scree plots. So let's go further. Before going or introducing two of the terms, we are going to talk about what factor analysis is. So, factor analysis is a statistical method that is used to simplify a large amount of data. So, it is a technique that combines related variables into common factors to simplify data. So why it is important in our day-to-day life is because during data analytics it helps to reduce many variables into a few important factors. It also makes complex data simple and easy to understand, and it shows hidden relationships among variables, and it also saves our time by avoiding repetition of similar data that can be quite problematic later on. It also helps researchers to make clear and meaningful conclusions. So further moving ahead, why factor analysis or why determining the number of factor is important? Because when there are too many factors during data analysis, it is confusing. The scenario would be confusing. Even when there are too few factors, there would be potential chances of losing information as well. But when there are correct number of factors, that gives a clear and meaningful results. So to generate clear and meaningful results during factor analysis, we use two of the common methods called eigenvalues and Scree plot. So talking about what is an eigenvalue, this is a number that shows how much variance or information a factor explains in factor analysis. The importance of eigenvalues are discussed below. So it shows how important each factor is. It also helps to decide which factors to keep during an analysis. So higher eigenvalue means the factor explains more significant informations, and it also makes factor analysis simpler and very much meaningful. So according to Case's rule, like during factor analysis, the Case's rule tells us that we have to keep the factors which are more than and equal to 1. It means the factors which are less than 1, like it can be ignored because they are considered less important factors. The reason is because a factor should at least explain as much as one variable. So therefore only the values having only the values of one or more than one should be kept. So let's go to script plot. Script plot is a graphical representation by plotting the eigenvalues of factors in the correct orders. So it helps us to see which factors are important and which one can be ignored. And this one is done by doing it in a visual representation. So it is really important because it also helps us to decide how many factors to keep during an analysis. So it makes it easier to identify the elbow point, like the elbow of our hand, where factors stop being significant. I'll show you the diagram later on. So it also helps to prevent keeping too many unimportant factors that can be really unimportant. Like that can bring unimportant decisions during data analytics. So to give a clearer and meaningful research results, our script plot plays significant role. So what is a script plot? A script plot is a graph having y-axis having eigenvalues and x-axis as factors numbers. So it looks like a mountain slope. So you can see here also it is like the like the hand, and this one is called an elbow point. Okay, so this one is called an elbow point, and from here the factors numbers and the values are significantly dropping. So there is like a kind of simply they are dropping downwards, and we can even see the factors above the elbow points. There is a quite identifiable significant drop over here. So how can we read is like we can find the point where the line starts to flatten. So here the line has started to flatten. So this point is called the elbow. So keep the factors before the elbow, means there are two factors that can be kept and considered. So after the elbow, these factors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factors, they are less important factors. So this is example number one. So talking about example number two, like we have to look where the line bends or flattens. So here the exact value is 1. So from here, whenever we draw a straight line over here, and the values before like the elbow point, they should be considered. They can be taken during data analytics, but the values like after the elbow point or less than 1, like which creates a very flat line over here, they cannot be considered, they can be ignored later on. So a steep slope here, it creates, there is a significant drop over here. So yeah, these values, these two factors are important factors, but the factors which are less useful, they are ignored in a flat line here also. So suppose like there are four of the factors, 1, 2, 3, 4, when they are plotted in a way like this. So from here the line starts flattening. So we have to keep the values here whenever we draw a straight line in point number 1 and eigenvalue point number 1. You have to keep the factors which are above this. Look, so here three of the factors can be kept: 1, 2, 3, and this is elbow point, so this can be ignored later on. So the relationship of eigenvalue and Scree plot is: eigenvalue measures how much information each factor explains. A Scree plot graphs these eigenvalues in order, and the height of each point in the Scree plot shows the eigenvalue of that factor. By looking at the Scree plot, we can see which factors have higher eigenvalues and are important. And together, these Scree plot and eigenvalues, they help us to decide how many factors to keep during an analysis. So demerits of eigenvalue in Scree plot is: eigenvalue is generally uses a fixed rule which is more than one, that may not be accurate some of the times, and eigenvalue often gives too many factors, and it also does not consider the real meaning of the factors. Talking about a Scree plot, it is based on visual judgment only. It does not have a fixed certain rule, and the elbow point may not be clear, and different people, they may interpret it differently. So these are some of the merits of eigenvalue in Scree plot. Thank you for today's session. Thank you so much.